Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to FTR here for round 12 of season 2, the Belgian Grand Prix, and my return to FTR. Obviously, if you haven't watched the previous episode of Monaco, do go watch it if you want to see me get insanely fucked off at the game and this apartment's Wi-Fi. Rundown though, what happened is I got screwed out of a win through no fault of my own, and yeah, we had to miss 3 weeks to wait for a new wheel. But the good thing is there's no more squeaky pedals, and this wheel has given me a lot of pace. It's very rare. I don't know if you call the banter between me and Alex there at qualifying. We were the only two people out at the start of the session, which was quite amusing. As we complete our first flying lap, it's a 42.3. Yes, the new wheel I've got is a Thrustmaster TX with the F1 wheel, the Ferrari one. And it's very rare that I say that a wheel gives me pace or something gives me extra pace. But I feel like this wheel definitely has. And it's nice to see that I've got more pace coming back, because SLR Daisy, who's joined the league, is an absolute demon. He is so quick. He's arguably quicker than Binotto. I mean, he's run like the past 3 races apart from one where I wasn't there. And I don't know if you can hear, but you probably can hear me and Alex are joking around about the crew members. They're just they don't blink, do they? They're like androids, really. They don't have any emotion. So yeah, it's nice to come back and it be fun and enjoyable. But as we come to the end of what's going to be our second run in qualifying, it says we've gone purple in the first and second sector. That's bullshit. We haven't. And we're going to come across the line. It's going to be a 41.9, so a relatively decent lap, but that's still 6/10 or 6/10 off of Daisy's time. So it's rather annoying. But I really don't expect to be anywhere near Daisy, as we're coming to finish our final lap in qualifying now. It's going to be an improvement of around about 2/10, I hope, if we get this final chicane right, which we haven't. So it's going to be an improvement of 0.04, and that's only going to get us 5th. I could have probably got 4th. I don't think Sync Westy was too far. Well, I think Sync was too far in front. Yeah, it was a pretty abysmal qualifying session in Belgium, but hopefully my race pace can make amends for that. Trying to aim for top 5s now. I'm back at every single race. Get podiums where I can. As you can see, it's doing this thing where the game thinks it's funny. It's saying it's raining, but we're starting on dry, so this is this is going to be vexing. It does say we're running towards the end of the race, so hopefully that's actually going to be proper rain instead of this, this slight drizzle that's going on, but making the track insanely greasy. We're going to be doing the standard 1-stop, soft to medium. We're going to, I believe we overfueled the car. I think we should have overfueled the car, given the fact that it's going to be dry for quite a bit of the race. Remembering to, I'm actually going to keep my wings the same at 3.6. When it gets properly dry, I'll probably change it down. There's my setup if anyone wants it. It's a pretty stable one. It's very nice. I usually run 2.6 in the dry, just for that extra bit of shining speed, but seeing as it's going to be greasy, I want to go for the extra bit of front downforce. And now we're getting ready for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. Our return, we've got 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. A pretty okay start. Callum is going to be ahead of us going to turn 1 because he's on the pad. We get a little touch up from behind, maybe from Chris or Economic Berry, and we managed to make it through the first corner relatively unscathed. Sync Westy has a massive snap of oversteer, and I was should have probably given him a bit more of a wider berth. Go around to the side of him so I didn't get collected, but yeah, we managed to make it through unscathed, so we're up into 4th. And we're going to have to use a lot of ERS. Our tyres are very cold at the moment because the formation lap was very, very slow. Daisy likes to do very slow formation laps, like a safety car restart, which is fine. You're entitled to go at whatever speed you want. It just means that, his tyres are going to be even colder than ours. But as you can see, we're battling with Calamus. We actually get punted by Westy there. And we get a warning for exceeding track limits because we definitely gained time through that, didn't we, Codemasters? Yes, I too agree with your shitty game and penalty system. So yeah, we've lost 2 places there. Economic Bay is trying to go up our inside. He didn't show the nose at all. He wasn't even alongside me, but I guess he wanted to try and outbrake me going into Puon, which is just not a thing. So yeah, nothing was submitted. I didn't get a penalty for it. I was just very confused as to why he did that. But we've lost some positions. We've lost time, which is quite valuable. As you can see, my teammate and Daisy are pulling away up front. And they're managing to stick close together, so that's good for Alex. And we've just got to focus on getting past Chris, and then focus on catching Synquesti. And we're going to be using a lot of overtake here to try and get past Chris. I don't want to be held up for long. I feel like I've got decent pace enough to get at least 3rd in this race. And we're going up the inside, and that's the move done into Lake Hom. And going through this section, we're going to try and hold on to it, but we actually turn into the corner and we get a massive snap of oversteer from the rear, and we just lose the car. And now we're back down to 9th. Made that 10th, 11th. Yeah. Oh, this is not the return I wanted. So, yeah. We're quite a way down the grid now, and we've lost even more time. So we've got to do all that work again, which sucks massively, but oh well. Now we're coming to the end of lap 2. We're closing up to the back of Uslowfish. I believe he spins out here. So it's going to be a few position for us. These conditions are very tricky at the moment. The DRS obviously is enabled, so technically it is dry, but it's very greasy. I don't know what Codemasters are thinking when they say that this is fun. But anyway, now we've just got to hunt down Bastinator, who is next on that hit list. And on lap 3, the raid is starting to ease off a bit. The track is definitely getting drier, although very slowly, which is rather annoying. As Bastinator has a little twitch of oversteer there. He has to get on the brakes, so we managed to go around the outside of him. And we're up into 9th, so we're making decent progress here. As you can see, well, we haven't really set a representative lap time here, so there's no point looking at the delta. But, yeah, good progress is being made. We've got Wed Gorilla up next as Chris Pitts. Don't know whether that was because he had damage, but as you can see at the end of lap 4, starting lap 5, the rain has stopped completely. So this is definitely going to give me a bit more confidence. Going to be able to push a bit more. Hopefully we'll be able to get past Wed Gorilla soon. Probably next lap is he's just outside of DRS. We do have a lot of ERS to play. We've got 80% on lap 6 now. So I'm not overly worried about ERS management. Fuel is looking perfect as well. As you know, I'm very good at managing those two things as we go around the outside of Wed Gorilla here. Nice clean move. And hopefully we can hold it through this corner, which we do. The track is obviously dry, or pretty much dry now, so grip is going up and up. And now on to lap 6. Lucky Slevin pits with 6 seconds of penalties. Websy's got a 5-second penalty. And Callum is also in the pits. So that's going to promote us up into 5th place. Websy with that 5-second penalty will be P4. So we're effective P4 in this race at the moment. I think maybe P5 actually when all the pit stops shake out. Westy also has a 3-second time penalty, but if you can look at the gap, we've got... Well, I think Westy's actually 11 seconds ahead of us, so we're going to have a mammoth task of closing him down this race. We are scheduled to pit this lap, but I believe my teammate is going to want to pit this lap because we're already a pit stop behind Daisy and Alex through those mistakes and getting caught up in traffic. And on lap 8, yep, my teammate is pitting, so too is Websy, so they're going to have an undercut. However, we are going to have fresher tyres, and I feel that I should have probably pitted on lap 7, just because the rain is going to come obviously at the end of the race, but then again I didn't know how heavy the rain would be. Spoilers, we are actually going to have to go into intermediates at the end of the race, but on to lap 9 now. We are coming into the pits. I believe Alex rejoined ahead of me, or I ever let him go. I don't remember which. He probably rejoined ahead of me. And we're going to be emerging, I think, just behind Callum, who is on the hard compound tyres, so he is going to be pretty easy pickings. Chris's tyres are 4 laps older, so he's going to be easy pickings too. We should get out ahead of Websy, who's just coming across the start-finish line now. And he's on the medium, so yeah, we are going to get out ahead of Websy. I think it's going to be tight, actually. Yep, no, we've got him. So we managed to jump Websy. Obviously, I did have that 5-second penalty. Maybe for speeding in the pit lane, I'm not quite sure what that was for. And now on to lap 11. Someone up ahead has had a bit of a moment. That's actually Sync Westy. As we avoided his ghost car, because the car was ghosted, but I just wanted to make sure. So that's a free position for us up into P5, and now we're still on lap 11 here. We're chasing down the back of Callum, who does a Callum and puts it in the wall, so unfortunately he's out of the race. And that's going to be a safety car. That's a virtual safety car, actually. So that sucks for Callum, but another person's loss is my gain, and we're up into 4th place now. Only 3 seconds behind Chris, who does have a 3-second time penalty. We're 22 seconds behind our teammate, who still managed to hold on to the back of Daisy, so Alex is doing a fantastic job there. Daisy, you're going to see the standings of this video is very close to me when I missed 3 races. So he's insanely fast as well. Just making sure to keep it under the delta so we don't get a penalty. And we're very, very close there to getting a 5-second penalty or a drive-through penalty. The delta on this game is probably the worst enemy you could ever have. It's the amount of drive-throughs I've seen people get for just not being able to keep it into the delta. As we actually we're in 3rd now on lap 14. I believe Chris looks to have pitted again. I think, yeah, he has pitted again. So I think he might have pitted under the virtual safety car, actually. We're just going to trying to hold off Websy here. Our teammate has dropped back a bit as Red Gorilla retires from the session, so we've got another virtual safety car. So our teammate is looking pretty much set for 2nd place in this race. We're going to have to fight with Websy quite hard here to get ahead of him and keep 3rd place. And we're getting faster as the race goes on. Naturally, I'm getting more in sync with my wheel. I only got the wheel a few days before the race, actually, so whilst I did find pace, it took me a while to get used to the wheel again, and obviously the wheel doesn't have like the Xbox numbers, or the buttons rather. So sometimes I'm having to look at my steering wheel instead of where I'm going to try and figure out, which button I'm pressing. But on lap 16 here, Alex is going to pit, and he's going to pit for a set of soft compound tyres to try and go for fastest lap, as he has the gap to me to do it, and he isn't closing in on Daisy, who's just pulling away every single lap. We managed to keep Websy relatively far behind. He's just over a second, or just under a second behind. And on lap 18 here, with 5 laps to go, we have some rain, and this rain is going to come down very heavily, typical Belgium weather. And as you can see on lap 20 here, just 2 laps later, 2 laps is a very long time around here, we are sliding around all over the place. And this is a crucial point in the race, because once again, I'm not going to say his name, because I know he's going to watch this video and I know he's going to be sat there hating me for this, but somebody isn't going to listen to exactly what I'm saying. And Daisy is not coming into the pits, and that is crucial. Now, if a certain somebody had come into the pits, a certain somebody that is up the road from me by about 9.9 seconds, make that 10 seconds now, somebody would win this race, but they're not going to listen. Just like China, Alex is going to throw away the win, and an easy win at that. And we're going to come into the pits, because we can. He's not pitting, so we're going to take this opportunity. He's going to have to do another lap. That's like 4 kilometres, or 4 kilometres, 4 miles around. I think it's 4 miles, 4.5 miles around this track. You see our lap time already is 15 seconds down on our best lap time. Westy's got 12 seconds of penalties. He's not really threatening this race, although he's going to be a thorn in our side for me and Alex. But as you can see, Alex was 10 seconds up the road from us, and now he's got to do an entire lap on dry tyres on a wet track. And you are going to see the difference that pitting when Jeff tells you to, or pitting when the track is wet, actually, what that does. And coming to the end of lap 21, starting the final lap, we've jumped Alex. Daisy pitted, and we gained 10 seconds on Daisy. I believe over 10 seconds actually. I see Sync Westy here. We go around the outside of him. He's fighting the position. I really don't know why. He's going to fight it for Alex, but as you can see, we've had an undercut of 12 seconds to Alex. And I'm pretty sure the gap between Alex and Daisy was something like 10 seconds. I'm not saying anything, mate, just next time listen, please. And maybe we could have had a win this race. Obviously we're not going to catch Daisy, but we are going to be set for P2 in this race. Westy is currently giving my teammate an ulcer. With 12 seconds of penalties on the wrong tyre, it's very, very unsportsmanlike to do that, and we no penalties were given out, but warnings were handed out for that, because there's no point in fighting it. He's actually even going to lose the place to Websy at the end of the race. But yeah, as you can see, the power of the undercut, or picking the right tyre at a track like Austria, which has like the shortest lap time, is very, very crucial. At a track that has the longest, one of the longest in the dry conditions, it's, literally Alex threw away a win here, which is annoying, but what he's doing is he's outscoring the person that he needs to, which is Websy. We're still going to get a 2-3, and we're going to absolutely monker a second place out of this race. It sucks that Alex didn't get it, but I feel after Monaco this is kind of redemption a little bit, but we really need another win to get redemption from Monaco. But it's going to be second place in the Belgian Grand Prix. Very happy with that result. Alex is going to come across the line in a comfortable third place, and Westy here is, he's trying to defend. As you see, he just turns across Websy there to try and hold on to fourth place, which was never going to happen because he had 12 seconds worth of penalties. So I don't know what his plan was there. Bastinator, I believe he's too far behind to get fifth place from Westy. Yeah, overall a pretty decent race.
I'm happy with that. Unlucky as well. The whole brain situation.
So what do you get? P2B3, so what's that? 18, 15?
33 points. Plus I hope driver of the day, because,
You won't, so let's just assume that you won't. Two more constructors. I think it seems to be probably won the constructors at this point.
The game gave it to me, so fuck it, I'm having it. Oh.
So, that in the actual real life race?
Yeah.
You know how we were just saying how Lewis went wide, turn 4? Someone's been a YouTuber on already. 29 times he did the exact same thing.
29? If he doesn't get a fucking penalty for that, this is actually fucking right.
Yeah. Right. Interview time.
Yay! I can't wait. Oh, there's him.
I was just hoping it was going to stay out for longer, because I could tell Daisy was running a much lower downforce, because through sector 2 and then I think it was like lap 2 or lap 3, it was a lot slower, but once it got into actual normal weather, you could clearly see that it was faster. So fair play for that. I think all the drivers that finished, really all those that didn't spin every lap, it was just well done, I guess, because I think these guys can agree that it was very difficult.
So here are the standings now. We have dropped down to 6th place as Dacey's overtaken. As you can see, when Dacey came in after Monaco, he got a second, first. So yeah, he is very, very quick. We also managed to get driver of the day that race, so that actually makes me happy. We didn't really miss much. Britain, I hate. Russia, I hate. And Vietnam, I just get bored round. So all that's really affected us is we're basically definitely not going to even challenge Alex for the title or just be close to him. But we're still going to aim for second in the championship. Hopefully we can get that. But yeah, it's looking pretty close. The battle for second is actually heating up quite a bit. And that was the race, really. Our constructors lead is going to be extended even more, even with only one person racing. As you can see, with our constructors standings have increased to 112 over Mercedes. So if you did enjoy this video, I'll return to FTR after that break. Please do leave a like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for some more F1 2020 content, both my team and FTR, very soon.